All right, there we go. Let me unmute myself and move this slide out of the way. I hear a little echo. Let me fix that. It's so funny. I always turn it down on my phone, but then it goes up once we start live. I don't understand why it does that, but it does. All right, I'm just gonna give a little bit of time here. Hi. Thanks for joining me. Today we are going to take a look at the entire December release. So we're going to look at the December My Monthly Hero Classic Kit, as well as the December My Monthly Hero Premium Kit, and then all the add-ons that came out in this release as well. We'll also see a ton of samples. I have a bunch of beautiful samples here at my house from Jen and Jane. And hello. So I'm excited to share those with you. I've got all my clocks going off here. And I have some of my cards as well to share. And I even kind of saved a bunch of photos from our new amazing creative team to share with you as well. And there is a giveaway. Yes, Tammy's letting us know that there will be a giveaway, and we will share the winner at the end of this live, and they will win a gift certificate to Hero Arts. So I'm going to go ahead and change my camera so we can start looking at the classic kit. We're going to start there. So let me put it on screen, the kit real quick. Let me grab it here. I apologize, I'm a little new to switching over to everything. All right, here is the classic kit. There we go. So as you can see, it's a very much an alphabet themed set. You have it is a large stamp set. It's even called Alphabet Extra Large Stamp Set, with those beautiful whimsical images and that very clean and graphic alphabet. That is 8 by 10, so a very large stamp set. And in addition to that large clear stamp set, you also have a cover plate, an alphabet cover plate die. Again, the alphabet letters are in that really classic, bold, graphic font, which I really love. I find that the easiest to work with and incorporate into my design. So when I saw this alphabet set, I got really excited because I was like, oh, this is going to be really cake to work with. And then in addition to that stamp set and cover die, you have a water flow brush. So one of those brushes that have like a barrel that you can fill with water, 10 watercolor pencils. So really fun to play with. And then you have 6 full sheets, so 8.5 by 11 full sheets of the Luxe watercolor paper, which is seriously my absolute favorite watercolor paper. So really awesome. Oh, great. And Tammy's got all the kit contents here. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to my my desktop. We'll add that, and then we'll remove that picture and remove. All right. Maybe just give me a thumbs up to let me know you can hear me before I get going. Hello everyone. Hello, Jennifer. I'm so excited to share your cards. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so let's take a look at this set in person. So first, let's look at the giant extra large. I mean, look at how big it is. Alphabet clear stamp set. Gorgeous. Mine's a little used because I've actually made some cards with this. Love this set. Look at all the whimsical images. There's an image that corresponds with every letter. And like in the description, you may have noticed that they are not necessarily your traditional pairings with the letters. Like for here, it's A and acorn instead of A for apple is usually what you see. I love that kind of untraditional kind of take on it, but still has a very, like my first thought was like, this would be great for teacher cards. And that's actually kind of what I've made. But these would be great for backgrounds. I have some cards that use them in backgrounds. You could also use them for one of my favorite techniques, which is letter substitution. I think I have a card with that, a card sample. I think I did. Oh yeah, we did. Jennifer made one. Brilliant. But let's just look at some of the pictures here. We have balloons, great for birthday cards. A lot of the creative team use those for birthday cards. Clouds for the C, and hourglass for H. Kind of, you think H is always that sound, but that's a silent H on that one. Octopus, jellyfish, a key, a lighthouse. I love that image, so big. Look at night for N. Very cool. We even got a little rainbow. I saw that and I got really excited. An umbrella. And there's a couple little like bonus things, like you have bubbles here, some fish that don't necessarily go with a specific letter like all the other images use, but that you see here. So you could use them to kind of fill a background a little bit more, like a little star there. So really big, a lot of images in this set, a lot of fun I think you can have with creating backgrounds or creating your sentiments. So in addition to this alphabet stamp set, there's also this alphabet cover plate die. Love that one. Yes, the replay will come on after the live, so you can check if you've missed anything. The design team made a ton of really great samples, and I'll pull those up just as soon as I go through everything in this classic kit. But you have every letter of the alphabet here. This fits an A2 panel perfectly. I've got a little grid here that I like to use to show an A2 panel. And so you can line it up. It fills your A2 panel. So you could actually use this die as like a background. Use the negative after you die cut out to have this panel, something like, I have one off screen here, so let me grab it. Something like this. And then you can use all the letters as well that die cut out on your cards. So you can kind of get 2 for 1. And then the design team took it to a whole nother level where they also dry embossed with this alphabet cover plate die. They even hot foiled with it. So I'll show you some of those examples too. So cool. I just love how creative everybody was with this. Really brilliant designs with this die. And then let's look at some kind of the more accessories. We have the water flow brush. So again, this is one of those brushes that has like a barrel. You twist it the opposite way you would normally it's righty, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Well, it's opposite for the barrel, so that always throws me off every time. But then you can just fill this up with water if you choose, and then when you squeeze it, I'm sure most people are familiar with these brushes, but if you just squeeze it right here, just like this soft part, that will release some water out of the barrel and down to the bristles of the brush. I actually like to use, sometimes put water in here and use it that way. It's kind of intended, but I actually like the brush. Sometimes I'll just use the brush. I have the barrel empty and just use the brush. And actually I have a video out today where I use this just like a brush. So you can use it both ways. So that's included in the classic kit. You also get the Luxe, what I was talking about before, the Luxe white watercolor paper, except for yours are full sheet sizes. This is a half sheet size. And they're beautiful, beautiful white, nice and thick watercolor paper. This is my favorite watercolor paper right now. I love it. It's so good. And I've been using it on all my cards. It's just all the colors that I use on this are so much more intense and bright and beautiful. It's really, really great paper. So you get 6 of those full-size sheets. And then you get these really fun set of 10 watercolor pencils. And they even are labeled Hero Arts, which is so cool. And I think we should test them out here real quick just to kind of see how they are. These obviously are great and were intended to be used to color some of those whimsical images in that alphabet extra large set. But let's just kind of swatch them out a little bit so you can see how they work. Let's start with this one. So this is a little scrap of the Luxe watercolor paper. And I'm gonna try to do them in rainbow order here. So red. I'm not gonna do all of them. There's like a black, I'm sorry, a gray, a brown, and a white. Those are the only ones I'm not gonna swatch out just because, well, maybe I'll swatch out the gray and the brown because they're just not so bold and impactful. There's our orange, our yellow. This real dark one is actually green. Beautiful. There's a blue. And then a purple. So that would be our rainbow, but then we'll do the little last two kind of, there's a white, but I'm not going to use that because you won't really see that as much. There's also a gray and a brown. Let's swatch out two. And I didn't pre-fill my water brush, so I'm just going to spray some water out into my work surface. And we'll do it this way. So my brush is just a little bit wet. You can see how quickly that watercolor is activating and moving. So pretty. Yes, the bag is extra large because it is a big stamp set. I think it's literally the biggest clear stamp set I've ever owned. That red's so pretty. Orange. I'm cleaning my brush in between colors a little bit on a cloth, which I might as well put on screen. Yeah, watercolor pencils are so fun. And you can blend them a little bit too. Let's kind of blend that yellow and green, because these behave just like watercolors would, where you can kind of blend them and mix them a little bit. There we go. Losing my yellow a bit, but we're getting some of that limier green. Oh, it says, so it says the wrong time, Sandy? Oh. I wonder if it's because it's the Mountain Standard Time, or I wonder what I did wrong. Okay. On YouTube. Okay, I wonder why that is. It is so, I wonder if you guys can hear, there's like, I guess right now, right during the live is when they decided to do all the yard work, because all I hear is a ton of leaf blowers all of a sudden. There's the purple. And then let's do the gray and brown real quick. So it's really bright and intense. I don't know if you can see. A lot of times with watercolor pencils, you can see that they're not so bright. They kind of, once you add the water, they get really diluted. These stay nice and bright. Really, really bold still. All right, so that is the watercolor pencils, and on that Luxe, just a little sample of that Luxe watercolor paper. All right, let's put those aside and let's see some actual samples from Made with the Classic Kit, because the design team really knocked it out. Oh, hi, Ralph. Yes, they're very pigmented. That's the right word. Very pigmented. All right, so first up is this awesome card by Jennifer. Look how cool. So she used the watercolor pencils here behind the letters, did a little rainbow behind the stamped letters. And these letters are again from that, let's get my white paper here so you can see it better, that big stamp set. And I love that there's even a little little like sentiment here that says is for. So she used that with the H. H is for hello. I thought that was so clever. I think this would be a great idea for teacher cards too. Back to that idea that I thought before, because you could say T is for teacher and spell out teacher. Very similar idea. You could use some of the fun images if you wanted to with that. I was even thinking like B is for best. You could do best dad, best mom would be cute too. Are these letters bigger than the luggage tag letters? I believe they are, but maybe Tammy can answer that. Here is another card by Jennifer. Isn't that so pretty? So here you can see a great example where she used all these whimsical included images in the set and created this really fun background. Love that. And she Copic colored them and it looks so fun. Great colors. Look at the penguin, or the penguin, peacock. Really pretty. Would you be able to measure the letters? I do not have a set here to check. I don't know where I can measure these, but I don't know where my luggage ones are. I think I mentioned recently, I'm very disorganized right now at the moment, kind of like reorganizing everything, so things are a little disarray. So they are an inch. So they are literally an inch. I think the luggage is a little bit smaller. Oh, okay. Got it, Tammy. So I did measure those. They're about an inch tall. They're going to vary in length. That M's like a perfect square. Let's see, the P and the L, they're all like a half inch, about a half inch. So it can range from an inch to about maybe a half inch, I'd say, in width. All right, so let's keep some of these on screen. And here's one card that I made where I used the images, but kind of behind their corresponding letters. So you've got yarn with the Y, the octopus behind that O, and so forth. And I used the letter, this could be stamped with the stamp set, but I actually used the die to put the letters on top. And I like this idea because it could be used for whatever you want to say, whatever sentiment you want to say, you want to stamp out or die cut out, whatever sentiment you want. You could just do the same idea with the corresponding letters behind. Like this is basically what I would do for that teacher card. I would have all the corresponding images with the letters for teacher stamped out, and then I would either stamp teacher or die cut teacher out. And I was thinking this could be a teacher card too, just as is, even without the word teacher stamped on it or something. Oh, thank you, Ralph. I just measured my uppercase luggage tags and they're just under. They seem to be, oh, okay, so they're a little bit smaller than the luggage tags. Thank you, Ralph. Here's another card that Jennifer made. Look at how cool this is. Jennifer's here. Jennifer, help me out. How did you make this card? Did you stamp the letters? Did you color them with the watercolor pencils, spritz them, and then stamp them? Is that how you did this? I'm trying to figure out how she did this one. Once I was putting all the cards together, I was like, I'm not really sure I know how she did this. But isn't this gorgeous with that rainbow background made with the alphabet? And then she used, again, just like me, she used that cover plate to die cut the letters and thank you. Here we have, here's another card by Jennifer. Same technique, whatever she did here for these letters in the background, she did here for her sentiment. And here's a beautiful example of letter substitution where you can use one of those whimsical images and actually use them in place of a letter. So here she went with the ice cream for I, but I think you could even do like if you spelled out happy for happy birthday, you could take out the A and do the balloons. Or if you want to do wish, you could take out the I and do the balloons. If you want to do like birthday wishes or something. There's a lot of great things you can do. I'm trying to see here. Jennifer's responding on how she did it. Jennifer, help me. How did you do this technique? I think that's what she did, but I am not totally sure. but it looks so cool how she did that kind of watercolory technique with the letters. It's a great size font because you can get a lot. Sometimes fonts are too big where you can't really even fit like a 4-letter word on the front, like wish, or a 5-letter word for happy. Here you can see she was able to get a lot of letters. I was very easily able to get thank you on here. So yeah. And then we have this beautiful card by Jennifer as well. So here she used that cover plate die, this one here, as kind of the negative instead of the letters for the background over this rainbow background, which I'm sure she used the watercolor pencils for. How pretty is that? Really, really beautiful. Where's my little swatch? Really, really nice. And that kind of leads us, this little sentiment here will lead us into the, yes, I know, I thought she was here. That's my guess, Patricia, is that's how she did it, but I would like to know too. There's another thing is she could have used like a stencil, but I don't think she, not a stencil, but made like a stencil with the cover plate, but I don't think that's what she did. I think she stamped, is my guess. And my guess is she colored them and then spritzed them. You know what? Let's give it a try. Let's try it. What do you think? We'll see if that works. I'll have to get another little paper. I'm not afraid to give it a try. Let's see. We're going to get a acrylic block real quick. I'm going to grab another little scrap of Luxe watercolor paper because I know that's what she used. And let's do a little attempt here. And maybe she colored and then stamped and picked it up. Because it isn't really going on the stamp. Maybe she did it onto acetate. I'm not sure how she did it. Did she share it and I missed it? Nope, I don't think so. If I missed it, let me know. Yeah, I don't think she did it this way. So I am really not sure how she did that. Hopefully she gets here. She'll use, I forget to use my watercolor paper. Don't forget to use it. It's amazing. I love it so much. Spray with water first. Okay, thank you, Jennifer. I scribbled on a scrap, picked it up. Oh, and picked up color and added it to the stamps. Okay, she scribbled on a scrap. We're gonna figure this out. Brilliant, Jennifer. Holy cow. How did you come up with that? I have never heard of such a thing. So something like this. I'm going to get it going. Let's get my brush here. Okay. Oh my gosh, Jennifer, you're brilliant. How cool is that? Oh, Jennifer has a real first technique on her Instagram page today. Oh gosh, well that's where I should have looked. I went to your blog and I was like, how did she do this? So go learn from the master. Go check out her after this live. Go check out her Instagram, Jennifer Cotis. And is that your tag? Your handle? Amazing. So brilliant and cool. Oh, I never would have thought to use the watercolor pencils that way. That's cool. So yeah, definitely check out Jennifer's Instagram account to see how the master did it for sure. How cool. Okay, so that was the classic kit. Let's look at what the additional items you get in the premium. So in addition to that stamp set, watercolor pencils, cover plate, and flow brush, you get, so in the premium kit, you will get this alphabet stamp set. You know what, let's grab some white cardstock here to put it underneath. Oh, and you know what, let's put it on screen real quick. I forgot I can do that. Let me grab it real quick. There you go. So you can see you get an alphabet stamp set and you get two kind of other mediums. You get a sea salt reactive re-inker, and you get a gold glimmer ink. It's in a different bottle than what we typically sell our gold glimmer in, which is what I have. And I'll show you that as soon as I change from this camera or from this screen. But it's in a different bottle for the purpose of using with that fine line applicator that you see above the re-inker and the gold glimmer. So let's go back to my screen. Let's hide that. There we go. So now we're back. So here again, here's that number stamp set. So you get all the numbers, all the digits 1 through 0. You get the bold kind of graphic font. Then you have them smaller with more of an outline. So it's nice to have a little variety. I'm going to go back to the comments here. There we go. Scribble on a scrap of watercolor paper. Yes, Jennifer sharing all of our secrets. Very cool. There were 2 separate noon release videos. Oh. Okay. Maybe I didn't close one. I thought I didn't see that, but sorry guys, I'm still learning the ropes here, very much so. I'll probably be learning the ropes for a while. So sorry about the confusion about which one, what the time, I guess, and I think the reason why the time was wrong was because there was 2 different videos, but okay, but next time I'll have it more figured out. I can't say everything figured out, but we'll have it more figured out, or I'll have it more figured out. All right, back to the number stamp set. So I just finished pointing out the smaller outline numbers, but there's a bunch of sentiments in this set too that all kind of correspond with the numbers. One of the kind, which I used, a high, so you could do high five. I love how they're next to their numbers to kind of help you figure out how to use them. So 2 peas in a pod, 3's the charm. Happiness is, that works really great for a birthday card maybe. Or this one right here is just a number. One of our great creative team members did 60 and said is just a number. I thought that was so cute. Months old, that's fun. Maybe you have a baby in your life. How cute is that? You don't see that very often. Happy birthday. 1 half dozen of the other. So really fun, as easy as 1, 2, 3. In fact, actually, Jennifer made a card with that. The hours, the days, counting down, ground, so that could be like ground 0, score. So just a lot of fun. Obviously sentiments that kind of work with numbers, correspond with numbers, but you can use these in with the extra large set and the alphabet, which I have some samples to show you with that. All right, real quick before I get to those, I want to take a look at these 3 additional things that's included in the kit. One of them being the sea salt. Let's turn it around here. Sea salt reactive inker. Open it up here. So I love this. I had a lot of fun playing with this. I think it makes these really beautiful. You can see it's white, and it's a bit opaque. But I found this was really fun to play with watercolor techniques. And in again my video today, actually I show you how to use this with watercolor techniques. And then we have the gold glimmer ink.
So yours will be in a bottle more similar to this, like the top will be like this. And that's because this is designed to be used with the fine tip applicator, and it's so fine. Really, really, really cool. And you would just, yours again won't look quite like this. Yours would fit. This would fit on top. You put it on top. And then you could squeeze, just like you can squeeze this, squeeze out and do some beautiful fine lines with this gorgeous, gorgeous gold glimmer ink. So it's really fun to add kind of accents to or highlights to your numbers is what I thought of right away. Just want to make sure you put the, there's like a needle. Let's see if I can get it. It's so fine. I had it in my, which you can use too. You can also put it in your sea salt re-inker and use it that way too, but it does take a while to dry. It works a bit better with the glimmer, gold glimmer. There we go. Got it in, got the little needle in, and that'll keep it from being clogged. So I'm going to put these aside and let's show you some of the samples. So for the premium, you'll get obviously the stamp set, the cover plate, everything I showed in the classic kit, but the only thing that's an additional is the alphabet stamp set, sea salt reactive, re-inker, gold glimmer, and the really fun fine line applicator. All right, let's look at some of the samples. So here's another one of Jennifer's cards. Look at how cool this is. So here she stamped out ABC, and then she used that number stamp set to make the second part of her sentiment as easy as 1, 2, 3. Love the way that turned out. So cool. And I should point out, she did the gold glimmer ink, splattered it, even painted the sides of her panel. Isn't that clever? Such a clean and simple kind of looking card, but really, really beautiful with the gold and just the really bold and graphic sentiment. I love this card. Oh, good. I'm glad you're getting tons of ideas. I know, easy as 1, 2, 3. I've had it stuck in my head as soon as I said it when I saw the stamp set. Here's another one of her cards. This is also Jennifer's. Look at that background. Woo, that gold glimmer background. So cool. And it looks like she's stamped with some like maybe the sea salt reactive ink, maybe unicorn pigment ink. The numbers, so you can barely see them, like only when the light catches them can you see the larger numbers. And then she added white to make these guys pop out a little bit more. And I love this, counting down the days. So sweet. Love that. And here's a card I created where I stamped those numbers in a bunch of colors, reactive ink colors, taffy, berry smoothie, just a bunch. And created this background. And then I used the one of a kind and the one stamp set to kind of just do a little fun sentiment. So kind of clean and simple. I think this card, after I made it, I wish I'd made it again. This card would be great for like Valentine's, I think. If you did change the color palette, you could totally make like a Valentine's out of this. All right, maybe even do a heart, put like a heart on it. Then here's another card I created. So white heat embossed the numbers. I did do a little offset stamping with a gray after I did the watercolor background to kind of give it that shadowed look. I heat embossed 68. I used the happy birthday from the stamp set. I did cut my stamp though to do that, get it into a strip. And the background, you see all that beautiful little like white splatters? That's the reactive ink, the sea salt reactive ink. I splattered it over a watercolor panel that I made with reactive inks. I used Splash. I used Blue Hawaii, Key Lime Fizz, and Blue Raspberry to kind of create that watercolory background on Luxe white watercolor paper, of course, because it's so beautiful. And then did the little bit of splattering with the sea salt. Did you group all the numbers together in the Misty? I did. So back to this one. I did 0 through 1 on an A2 panel. you know, lined them, just kind of spread out. So let's point out pink, right? Well, what stands out the most? I feel the pink does. So see the pink numbers here? I just did 1 through 0, stamped it, and then repositioned them, and then did them in another color. So then I did yellow, stamped it, repositioned them, did them in another color. And as I started waking my way through all my colors and my panel was getting fuller and fuller, sometimes I would have to like squeeze it in really tight to kind of fill it in, you know, or stamp a number more than once just because it fit that space a little bit better. But it was a fun one to create. All right. And then here's the card for today's video. So there's a video on Hero Art's YouTube channel as well as the blog demonstrating how I created this background. I used reactive inks. It's actually very, very easy. Splattered with the sea salt reactive ink reinker, and even splattered it with some of that gold glimmer. And like Jennifer, I painted with the gold glimmer as well. I painted my letters. So they have that beautiful kind of like almost like that dipped look. And there's my sentiment that I created with that numbers stamp set. So that's everything from the 2 kits. The gold glimmer is awesome. I'm so excited about it. I've been playing with it and I just think it's so cool. It's going to be probably on a lot of my cards in the future because it's just really, really cool and very easy to work with. All right, let's start taking a look at all of the add-ons. First up is these really awesome letter fancy dies. We have the whole alphabet here, and they are pretty big. They are divided up. Sometimes they have more than 4 letters, and a lot of the times they'll have like some punctuation with them, but they are divided up into like 6 different sets, or you can get the whole alphabet if you want. But let's start showing them. This is letter fancy dies A through D. And you can see this one includes an exclamation point. They're really big. They're, I think, a really great size. Great for like, what do you call it when you have like a letter, I'm forgetting what, a monogram? Great for like that. Oh, good. I see, because I did C, because my name starts with C. I was thinking about doing that. But you can see the scale here on an A2 panel. So, such a good size. And they're a little bit more, they're not quite as graphic as the stamp set and the cover plate die that was included in my monthly hero kits, but this just a little bit more flourished, just a little bit more, it's still very, very easy to work with, and it's not super ornate. I really love the font of this set. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Letters measure 2 inches tall by 1 5/8 to 2 inches wide. Perfect. Really great size. So that's A through D. Then we have E through I. So 5 letters here. This is great if you just want to try it out. This is the great one to get because you could do high, right? Right there, you could just do high. Or if you want to do like your monogram, you could start with that one too. Then you have J through N, 5 letters there as well. Then we're on to number 4. This one is O through R. This one has a little comma or apostrophe. Serif. Yes, it does. That's the and, right? That's a serif, right? You guys correct me if I'm wrong. This is the S through V, and it does include that little and, which is really, really nice. And look at how beautiful it is. I love it when it looks like that. And then lastly is the W through Z, and it has a question mark. And there is a period. Oh, I forgot to point out the period here in the Q. So you have lots of punctuation spread out through the 6 sets, and even an and. Oh, so that's not it? What's a serif then? I don't know what that is. Okay, so let's see some samples with this. Serif is a type of font. Oh, okay. I did not know that. All right, let's look at samples. We've got a bunch of samples with this. The design team made some incredible samples because, again, alphabet dies are so versatile, and this is a great scale. So this one is by Jane. Isn't that cute? She used this great image from, she watercolored it. I'm just noticing it. It's so good. From the last release. So sweet to say joy. Love that. And then we have this great one here with the H for hello. She made this awesome background with the, what's it called? Messages Basics, which I'll show you guys next. Let's put them on screen. Kind of like that. And then look at this one. This is also from Jane. Isn't that great? B. Look at the ombre she did. Really, really cool. She might have even used the period here for the circles, possibly, that she added. Happy Birthday is again from the Message Basics stamp set, which I'll show you soon. This one is from the Geometric Frames, which is also part of this release. I think the serif is the little bits on the top edges of the letter. Oh, okay. Oh, like the little, these parts here, like that decorative little flourish. Okay. Thank you. I'm learning. Oh, this one's so beautiful. It has a subtle, you probably can't really tell, but a subtle ombre. And there she used that and. I love that. It's just so graphic, that and. Really, really great. And then again, her additional kind of sentiments here are from that Message Basics set. Okay, so that is, do I have any pictures to share? Oh yeah, I have some pictures to share. So let's see this one here. Oops, and let's, how do we do this? Okay, so let's see. Keep an eye on all my stuffs I got. I know, so much inspiration. There's so much you can do. Oh, you can't hear me. Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? Interesting. I have to remember that. Well, I'm sorry if you couldn't hear me. I just wanted to show those two other samples because they showed that cover plate die with, I didn't realize that you couldn't hear me. They showed the cover plate die, you can foil with it. So I thought that was really cool. Then one of the samples Heather made where she did the A, that set of 5, and she did the negative. So I thought that was really cool. Sorry guys, I didn't realize that my audio was out because of course I closed the picture. Does that mean you couldn't hear me when I did? Oh, now I know why. I am learning. Now I know what I need to do different next time. Of course, because I closed my camera. All right, well, next time if I show any more pictures, I'm just gonna have to leave my background and my screen and everything. Okay, so those were all the letter fancy dies. Now there's a lot of those cards that I shared used this set in collaboration with them. And where's my paper? So this, again, you can see it. Let me grab those cards. Here, And this one, this was all those additional sentiments were created with this message basic set. So a really handy sentiment set. I love the little additions to it too that you could add, especially with the letters. There'd be nice little accents to add. Love the heart. So you have love, thank. You could obviously combine it with you. Best, hello, soon, congrats. The greatest, happy, from, anniversary, birthday, and to. So really, really great. That's a great scale. Yes, I think it works really, really well with the letters. Let me show you some cards. We have this one here, so you can use it just simply on its own. Look at how beautiful Jane created this card. And then I think that also works well with the letters is this Decorative Accents Fancy Die. Let's open it up here. Look. Here we go. So some beautiful decorative elements. Look at how cool that banner is. And it does kind of work with the letters, even though they're not totally, I think, intended to be used together, but you can. It will fit inside. But you might have to like bend your stamp a little bit on your Misty or your acrylic blocked. And then you have just some really nice, even like a more natural looking like leaf and berries. I love this one. I use this one on my card, but let's show you first Jane's card. Look at how beautiful the whole background. She used those decorative accents to just create this really, really pretty, just and very simple, just die cut out of colored cardstock, finished with her sentiment over the banner. I thought that was really clever, really brilliant way to use that. Really beautiful. And this would be great. Like, I could totally see this being a wedding card. You could just change out with some gold, you know, die cut some of these out of like glitter gold cardstock or actual mirrored gold cardstock. And then you have like a wedding card. And then I have a more kind of like a bright birthday card, or I guess it's a hello card. Here I took the letters, die cut them and ink blended, and then my background is created just kind of white on white, adding a little interest with those decorative accents. I used this one here twice and this one here twice to kind of fill in some of the spots. And then of course my little sentiment here is from the Message Basics. Yeah, I love that one too. It's beautiful. Mindy made a gorgeous card with this. I loved her card. And Lydia made a really, she kind of did the front of her journal with this, and she added lots of like texture to it, probably covered it with like a gesso or something. It was gorgeous. She's so brilliant. I thought that was such a good idea to use it on the cover of her journal. So lots of fun stuff. All right, so I think like all those products, that stamp set and this Decorative Accents Fancy Dies, those all kind of work with the letters. Let's move on to something a little bit different. Yay, thank you, Tammy, for sharing all the links to all the products since I'm talking so much about it. And I'm now like realizing that all the pictures I shared, well, I might still go over some of the pictures that I brought up, but I just have to remember to make sure I don't get rid of my camera. All right, next up is a new bold prints. I love bold prints. This is a really great one for January. This is like fireworks looking. This is called the Sparkling Fireworks Bold Prints. See if you can kind of see, getting a little bit of shadow from my camera. So cool. I love it. Really, really great kind of graphic. We have this beautiful card by Janae that she did. Look at that. So cool. Again, she used the letters for the background. So it says love you, that love again with the Message Basic stamp set. Just finished it with some kind of basic die cuts. This, I believe, was cut with a die from this release too. Yes, I love them, Vicki. I agree. Let me show you. I'm going to leave my screen up. I'll show you another card. Look at how gorgeous that is. She did, I think she used the iridescent embossing powders with that sparkling fireworks. And I thought that was so clever. She did it over a dark blue cardstock, which really makes those iridescent powders really show. And I love it. It's so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous use of that sparkling fireworks? I think it's so clever. Okay. And now we're going to move on to some more like planner kind of, I guess planner is the right word, kind of sets. First up is this one here. This is the months stamp set. So you have all the months, and then you also have numbers, so you can do like a whole calendar for the month. So this is a great set for those planner people. And I have some samples to show. So let's take that to the side real quick. So look at this gorgeous sample that the creative team made. This is Jenny's, it's not a card. This is her planner. And look at how great she used the numbers from that planner set to add the dates to her week. And then she used November at the top of her page for her week. So really, really gorgeous. And those houses and entries or everything is from that winter. I forgot what that set was called. Winter. I saved it here so I could remember. Winter Village, Wintertown set that was out in the last release. So really cute. And then Pam did one too. Here's one Pam did. Again, you can see all the numbers she stamped with the months stamp set. Now I hear fire trucks going by. Geez Louise. So really handy set, especially if you are into making planners. And here is this is for weekly planners. And you actually saw this in Jenny's planner here, which I'll show again. You can see here she did on the page, she stamped that large grid and used that for the week. And then they have all these additional things that you can add for each day, grocery list, even some lines, just some like graphics that you can add to kind of organize yourself. This is something I really should take advantage of. I don't know. Are you guys planner people? I'm just not that organized to do it. I should be better, but look at dates, times, obviously all the days of the week, because this is again, the weekly planner. Really, really, really great set. It is, I know, and a lot of people would say that, Chris, about us making cards, right? But we don't think about that being a lot of work at all when we make cards. We just love it. And I know our planner friends love it too. They just get it's fun. But look at this card. You can also make a card with it. This is Jane's card. And I think it's so fun. What a good idea. Like you could do for birthday, right? Like you could show a week, the week of somebody's, their birthday week, and then make a big deal out of the actual day that is their birthday. That's kind of a fun idea, right? Yeah, still a lot of work, Chris. I agree, Chris. Such a fun idea. She's so clever. The design team, the creative team is so clever. I thought that was a brilliant idea, but that would be fun. I think I would like to make, and that's like great, like no gender associated like birthday card. You could just kind of take the week of their birthday, and then if their birthday's on Monday, you just like go crazy on that date. Put a bunch of stars or balloons or colors right there on that date. That was a really fun idea. I don't decorate my planner because I just turned the page. I've heard people say that before. Okay, and then kind of with the kind of planner theme, we have this hole punch edge fancy die set here. So I think this is really fun. You could actually use it as like a hole punch to punch like pages, or you can use it to like decorate. And we have a card by Jane here. Look at how great that is. She die cut with, she used all of them, all four, to kind of make a really nice, simple border. This is a great way. This is such a great, ingenious idea to kind of, if you have like sometimes you want to take your canvas, you think of your card as a canvas. It kind of is nice to decrease that scale, kind of make it smaller, And that's a great way to just, you know, size down that card. So now I really only have this area here that you have to fill. So it's a really good idea. Let me also show you one that the creative team made. Let me go back here. Kind of like on the same idea as Jane's. There you go. And here she used it to, this is Karen. I believe Karen made this one. She used it to she cut it into strips. So after she die cut like some colored cardstock, she cut it into strips. Or maybe she cut the strips first and then die cut them. Either way works. And then just created that nice kind of background for her K, which I thought was a really good idea too. Okay, we're making it work. We're making it work with the pictures. All right, guys, we are down to our last two products, or two last add-ons. This one I love. This one is the alphabet embossing plate. So look at how cute this is. The minute I saw this, I thought of alphabet soup. Do they still make that? Has anybody bought? I've seen that in a. I don't think I have two little girls, and I don't think I've seen that in a long time. We still get SpaghettiOs in this house, but I don't think I've seen alphabet soup. I don't think they make it anymore. That makes me really sad. Again, this is the alphabet embossing plate. Let me show you this gorgeous card that Jane made. Look at that beautiful background she created with that alphabet embossing plate. So cute. I love it. Michelle made a gorgeous card too, where she used it in the background. But just like how our creative team used the alphabet cover plate included in the kit. I'm trying to grab it here, but I may have lost it. Oh, here it is. Just like our design team used this for foiling, they also used it for dry embossing as well, but they used it for foiling. You can use this for foiling too. Let me show you a card that I think Natasha made. Now I'm losing. I made notes and I can't remember who made what. Isn't the purple beautiful? In honor of Libby. Let's see. Here we go. Isn't that beautiful? So that card here, she took the alphabet embossing plate and she actually hot foiled with it with rainbow foil for the background. So cool, right? And it looks like there's even some foiling on the eye. So I believe she probably did gold, or not gold, I mean white foil for that too. So what a good idea. Natasha. Yes, good. I got that one right. And let's do banners. Nope. Comments. There we go. I know, really, really clever. And last product is a bundle. So this is the stamp and die set. This is the Geometric Frames bundle. And I pull it out here so you can see. What die did she cut the background out with? It looked like a scalloped one, but do we have rectangle scallops? I don't use scallop dies very often, so I'm not sure. Oh, my cuckoo clock is going off. I am going over an hour. I need to probably move it up. Maybe Tammy can help me with that one. Oops, let's remove this one. I'm sorry, my cuckoo clock's going off. If you hear it, that's what you might be hearing in the background. Okay. Focus. And all right, let me pull out. This again is the last products in this add-on, or the add-ons from this release. This is the Geometric Frames bundle. So you can always get just the stamp set, but if you know you're going to want the dies, the only way you can get the dies is if you get the whole bundle. But let's take a look at the stamp set real quick. Gorgeous frames. Love the sentiments in this set. I kind of overlooked those at first, and then I keep seeing them popping up on the creative team's cards, and I'm like, where did that sentiment come from? Where did that sentiment come from? and it's from this set. A lot of the, let's see if I can pull one out. That H had one here. Here's the hello. We have scallop rectangles and circles. Thank you, Tammy. I knew we had squares. Like I don't use scallops, so I forget that what we have. That's not a shape that I use often. But look at that, so great. And here it is. Here's the hello. I love that. But we actually have a card with the frames used on it by Jane. Look at how beautiful that is. And you see how she got the color behind them to kind of make the houses pop a little bit? So she actually die cut like some scrap paper with these frames and then used it as like a stencil. So she could ink blend in the negative. So you use the rest of the cardstock as like a stencil and just ink blended to kind of give color and then stamped the frames on top. So what a really good idea. What a great way to kind of use those in a different, kind of an unexpected way. But you can, of course, decorate around them with all these little embellishments. I think it would be really fun to kind of mask and then stamp the greenery along the edge. And then you remove the mask and then you have this beautiful, like, completely unstamped center. Would be a great way to use that set too. It's a really great little look. Again, that is the Geometric Frames bundle. Okay, I was watching. Ooh, I got my paper dirty. Something on here was dirty. One of my things were dirty. So I watched, of course, Libby, the master, and she likes to do kind of like a recap. So let's go through kind of all the cards, and then we will announce our winner for the giveaway. And I'm going to pull my email up so that's ready to go. And okay, so we have this card here with, again, the Geometric Frames bundle. And let's go kind of backwards. We have this beautiful card with the alphabet embossing plate. So gorgeous. Pull that back up. And this super cute card. This one featured the hole punch edge fancy die. Then we're on to some of our planner sets. This one featured the weekly planner set. And we had one for the months. Where did that one go? Oh, I didn't show that one. I didn't show you one. Oh, bonus card. This one used the month stamp set. Somehow it got like pushed aside. So this one here, again. And she used the months for a background. And then look at that. She said November well wishes. So clever. Again, that was Jane. Cute bonus card. All right. And then we have the sparkling fireworks. And then we're going to move on to kind of all the alphabet ones with the decorative. First, the decorative accents card. That one here. This one there. And then we have a bunch of cards with the letter fancy dies and the message basics. There we go, brain. Look at that one. So cute. And then we're going to go up to our kits. Oh, and I want to share one more thing before, real quick. And then here are all our kit cards with the premium and classic kits. With that awesome technique, again, from Jennifer. Definitely go check out her reel. I'm going to go check it out right after this for that really cool technique. Okay, and real quick, let me share with you, the creative team rocked it. Seriously. I want to share with you one more thing just before I make the announcement. I just want to remind you all that we have our stamp along coming January 20th, and we're going to have Libby's going to be teaching. So if you're missing Libby just as much as I am, definitely sign up for the class because she's going to be teaching a super cool technique. I've never done it before, and I'm excited to try it. But we also have, I will be teaching, Lydia will be teaching, Shari's going to be teaching, or not Shari, Sharon's going to be teaching. So really, really a great, Brianna, Mansley, a great class. And I'm super excited. I've been seeing some of the projects, and they are so good. So good. So definitely check that out. And there's also a bundle that go with that if you want to, but definitely go check out the Mixed Media Stamp Along. You can still sign up for it. All right, now let's go to the winner. Let me get rid of this. And let me pull up my email. Oh, and I'm going to pop it back to my face.
Oh, you can hear me. I didn't have my muted before. Huh. I'm still learning how all these things work. Okay. Without further ado, the winner is Vicki Brinson. Vicki Brinson, congratulations. You are the winner of today's gift card. You can contact info@heroarts.com to claim your prize. Did I get that right, Tammy? Please let me know if I said something wrong because I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, good. Tammy shared it. Yay. Thank you so much, guys. And we do have a make-along. I know some of Tammy mentioned it. We do have a make-along on Sunday. I will be teaching that, and we'll be making this card here with the November My Monthly Hero kit. Really, really fun card, and also has a coordinating envelope, which I couldn't find, but I'll find it before the live. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you on Sunday. Thank you all.